Here's the crack.
Odd socks on.
What the fuck
Yeah.
is that song?
All caught up. We
What
gotta
is
listen to
like,
that.
so like with odd socks, what is the level of odd socks you'd wear? Like,
As long as
I
they're-
do that. Like if I've got them socks and I'm like, if they're different colours, not a big deal. But would you wear like a black and a navy sock? Like
No.
completely two different
Definitely
colours.
not.
See, I have these here, like the common pairs, but the ring around them's different colour. If I'm just coming up here, I don't care. Like, but if I was going out, I wouldn't do that. Like,
On like, when is it acceptable to start wearing ankle socks? So?
ankle socks. I
We're
wear them
coming
all the
at-
time. Do you mean time of year, boys?
Yeah.
I wear them all year round. Like.
No, you don't. I hate that.
I must admit,
Oh, yeah.
I've started wearing longer socks recently. I was obsessed with ankle socks
I feel like there has to
way
be
while ago, but
Do you know what the good thing about them is?
well,
In comparison to these are so thick. Whereas with ankle socks, your feet don't sweat as much because they're thinner.
I know, but like going into the office with ankle socks on.
Oh, I don't go into the fucking office. Like,
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
That's-
Like, when
no,
is it
no, no.
acceptable to wear
No.
them?
no, if you're going into a work or something like that, it's always black socks. But like, if you're going somewhere like casually dressed, you could always wear ankle socks or just around the house or anything. Like. I have so many ankle socks.
And
like.
you're the type of guy who would wear the socks that just about go around your heel when you're wearing a suit. Huh?
I'm not into work though. Like. I wear long socks every day into work.
I just don't think I could ever wear them.
I always wear odd socks into work too. All black ones, but they both have to be black.
yeah.
Like similar enough. You know, like I sort of do it by if my trouser leg lifts a wee bit, will anyone notice?
yeah.
So
We've
they can be different at the top, but
We've just sort
mid-length.
of started the podcast with some casual conversation.
Oh my
These are
word.
No
important things,
introduction, but like, yeah, I think we should do this more often.
how's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack
I feel like-
podcast.
I feel like you're
Yo,
actually-
Tommy was like, bring the energy, so we've brought
I
the
feel like
energy.
that's your default. Like, I
He
think,
was
I think
itching
you
to
would
get going
actually
there.
couldn't start a podcast without saying that.
Hi guys,
So
welcome.
welcome back to another solo episode, guys.
I always go, how's it going, people? How's it going?
How's it going, guys? So, like, yeah, we're coming into summer. Ross's stag's coming up.
Summer.
With me and Shea has planned Ross's stag, and he doesn't know where he's going. What are you thinking? Where do you think you're going?
I'm
Like?
trying to put the pieces together.
Mm.
So the
I
thing,
think you
the
know
thing,
it's somewhere hot. Like,
I'm praying to God it's somewhere hot because I'm
What?
planning for somewhere hot. The reason why I'm planning for somewhere hot is because, like, so logistically, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm a wee bit OCD. That's fine. You're allowed to be OCD.
Mm.
But
When do you think we should tell them?
I don't know.
so the thing
Part
is,
of me is like, we started this thing and not telling them.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
I'm like,
no,
how
no,
far
no,
do
I,
you
de-
take
no,
it?
I definitely think I need to know before we go.
No.
But like, I'm grand up until like a week before.
I was thinking
I was thinking just,
queue with a flight, like
yeah, tell them at the airport. Like.
security.
No,
like.
I think we'd tell you what to pack and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be
yeah,
like, this
yeah.
is where we're
Mm.
going. But
But
then we're going to have to give them the tickets.
Yeah, but then here's the
Check in,
here's the thing is like, you could, like, the reason why I'm slightly like a wee bit iffy about that is because you could turn around and say, "Oh lad, pack for somewhere cold. We're going skiing."
We
And I'd be
wouldn't,
like,
we wouldn't do that.
I'd be like, "Flip boys, we're going skiing, no sweat."
Ross
Pack,
buys like a
pack
ski,
the jeans,
a skis
pack
and like a
the-
snowboard.
Does lessons and all.
pack the
before
thermal
it.
underlays and the merino wool, and then I turn around and we're going to flipping, I don't know.
That's hilarious. Well, like, what is your sort of plan? Like, what would be your ideal stag? Like, what do you want from the stag?
I'm
So we're
hoping-
obviously
I'm-
we're doing an away stag, which is just us going, and
Yes,
then we're doing
just
a home
the-
stag. Like.
Just the lads.
So, like, what would you want from the
I'm
away
hoping
stag?
I'm hoping with the away stag it is I'm hoping for warmth. The reason why I'm hoping for warmth is because it's a couple of months before the wedding. Get a wee tan, no sweat.
Mm.
The other reason is because I know we're going to be going out, and I'm thinking to myself, there's nothing that cures me more than a wee dip in a pool in the
Yeah.
morning.
Hot
All
dog.
that there. No?
You said there's going to be a pool, it might be a river.
It might be a
We've just-
glacier.
we've just booked
Might
the
be a
gal
glacier.
going. We've just booked the gal going.
Yeah.
Like,
We're skiing down a mountain.
weekend away and the gal going.
I don't know, like I think it would be quite fun not to know until we're like boarding
Mm.
and be like, oh, where's the getting at me looking at the flight numbers being like, is it that? And you're like, you know, but at the same time, would on a scale of like 1 to 10, how pissed would I be if you were like, oh, we're going to flipping
I think if,
Mallorca?
I think if we took him and we were like, told him it was summer hot or no summer cold and we were going skiing and then we were like actually going away somewhere sunny,
I'd walk
I
home.
think you'd actually go home. Like.
Yeah.
I think you would actually be like, I'm not going.
I'd be, yeah, I think I would get annoyed. I'd be pissed because I'd be like, you've you've probably not ruined it, but you've tarnished it.
You've ruined my
You've-
wedding.
We were gonna book you on a different flight.
Nice.
Imagine.
Although we've already the flight sorted. So
Yeah, no.
you know we're not. Like.
Yeah, me and Jay's going here. You're just
Yeah.
way you go, lass.
That'll do, you know.
That would have been funny. I seen one stag that did this, and you know there's like you can get like really cheap flights, but there's like 5 stops. So
Yeah.
all the stag party went on like the direct flight, which took say 2 hours, and they sent the stag on a flight that took like 13 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I made him fucking. wait
That
on
would
the
be
plane the
rage.
whole time.
Ah, bit of crack.
There's some.
You'd be saying that at the start. You'd be in the airport like, "Ah, funny joke," and then you get in the first plane, you're like, and then you land, you're like, "You fucking."
Yeah.
I feel like
bastards."
you'd need to be going with like a load of boys to like outnumber, because I feel like if it was just us three and we're like, yeah, you would just ruin it. You'd just be like, what the fuck, like, just go mental. And just shit is like, this isn't fun.
Then we go
This
off and
isn't
enjoy
funny.
ourselves.
I don't know whether it's because it's like we're kind of like we're kind of bundling this up like it's my stag, and I know it is that we're going out because obviously get married, all that there jazz. But at the same time, we've been talking about the three of us going away for ages. Like we have went obviously away places, but like we've never went like abroad. So it'd be nice.
Be lovely.
Dear knows what'll happen.
Do you plan on doing much drinking? Like?
What a stupid
I
question.
just feel, but like you're not like big, you're not a big massive drinker. Like I feel like would you want to be drinking like every
Lad,
day?
what are you on about?
Just saying.
He's trying to suss out.
Just trying to get
This
the
is now-
vibes.
this
Because
is
like
now-
but you've said before, you're like, I'd want it to be a bit chill. Like, do you know?
No, I mean like as in chill, as in like go out, you know, during the day or at night, but then like a bit of chill, like what, like
Bit of recuperation.
yeah. But
time.
the thing is, like, this is now 2 podcasts. You've accused me of something which I don't
my
feel
God.
is true.
You're just
He's
like,
throwing
because-
accusations at me.
Because the
No
past
facts.
couple of times we have been out, it's normally been you who the next day is lying in bed until about 4 saying, "Oh lads, I'm not drinking the night."
it's not happening.
So I just feel like
Manchester just needed a bit of time.
I just need a bit of time to recover. I feel like once we
But at the same time, like we were drinking from like we got to the airport all day, then went out.
and what did
Then we
me
were in the casino till like 4 o'clock. Like.
and Shane Ryan do the next day? Straight on it.
He's went to the shops, like, and then
And
we
we
were
drank.
drinking fucking cocktails.
And Lad, we just hit record and you're just like, do you know what, Ross? Like, you're just such a wuss.
Fucking sick of this.
But
No, I'm just trying to suss out.
no, like obviously we're if you're out, you're out.
We're fucking
You know what I mean?
getting
When you're
pumped.
out, you're out.
Let's see what happens when you get
But
there.
like, do you not feel like the older we're like, we had that poker night a couple of months ago, and we all said afterwards, we were like, much prefer that. You're in with the boys,
Nice and
having
toasty.
drinks,
Yeah.
nice and toasty. Like at the end of the day, we had some nights crack, probably spent about 40 quid.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's including the poker.
Hmm.
You wouldn't be 2 hours. You come back after a night out, 100 quid easy.
It's just dear, like it's dear now.
You know what I mean?
Price of
Like,
cost of living crisis.
As you're
and all that.
as we are kind of getting old, and it sounds so like boring, but as we are getting older, that is how our brains are
But I feel
operating
like
now.
it's just the whole like planning of a night out, how it's changed. Like when we were like at late early 20s, like you would have been going out and like pre-drinking,
Yeah,
and then maybe going out to a nightclub. Like.
yeah.
And now we don't really like going to nightclubs,
No.
so you're like, oh, we'll go out to the pub. So you're going out to the
Yeah.
pub earlier.
Do you want to know what it is when you're
and
young?
drinking, and then you're out, and you're like, oh, I should probably get
When-
a bit of food. Like,
When you're younger, you're seeing each other all the time.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're older, like we would see each other. I know we see each other for obviously the like recording and stuff, but at the same time, like the time we actually get to spend as mates is very limited now because we all have jobs and we all have busy lives. So when we actually come up, we're like, no, let's go to a pub and chat.
Yeah.
so fucking hard to work.
Just on that too, what the fuck is with places blaring music now? I know that sounds like such an old thing, but like
Would you turn
it used to always be like nightclubs and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You go to a nightclub and obviously you're not going there to have conversations, like, which is fair enough, but now it's just pubs as well. There's always a singer.
Yeah.
And the music is far too fucking loud.
You
Like,
know,
you don't go to a pub anymore to converse. You have to
No.
go listen to music, like.
you know what my pet peeve is? Like?
What?
When you go to the pub to watch the football and they don't
Oh.
have the commentary on,
Oh,
they'll have like music playing, and you have to go up to the bar to be like, can you put the commentary on?
It's the fact they're so delusional to it as well. It's like there's like 50 people
blows my
here
mind.
with like the playing clubs jerseys on,
We sound
obviously
so
watching it, and they're just fucking
And
blasting music.
There's
like.
pubs that just outright wouldn't have done it. Like I remember, like we used to go to the Egg, and unless like it's closed now, But unless there was like a proper big game on, they wouldn't have had the commentary on. Like you would have went to watch the Champions League on like a Tuesday, Wednesday night, like, and they would have had like fucking Katy Perry fireworks playing over the fucking football.
We didn't even fork out for a band. Like, just the fucking
like,
soundtrack.
can you put the football commentary on? They're like, oh, but there's like people here like listening to music, and there's like
people.
5 people playing pool or something.
And as well as that, I think like back to the point you made earlier on, in terms of like, it depends what you classify as a big drinker as well, because like the older we've got now, I know coming from me personally, I love whenever we head out and go to the pub, and I love pints, like, but at the same time, if I'm at home not going out at the weekend, you'd have the beers, the wine, everything.
The points I'm trying to make is like, you're more of like, if you go away, you want to do activities and shit, huh? Like you want to see places. Whereas like you're like, if we're going away in the stag,
I'm definitely.
Is it going to be saucing, or is it going to be like, I want to go see the beach?
No, I'm definitely like an experienced person, but at the same time, that's why we've sort of made this. We've booked our honeymoon, and we're going to Greece, and it's kind of like 7 days all inclusive, like we've proper like specced out for just relaxing, and I am so looking forward to that, because between the house and the wedding there's so much going on at the minute. But at the same time, we've said after that we're probably going to book shorter like European trips to like Paris, Amsterdam, places that, and actually go and see places, because like I know at the minute a friend of mine, Neil, he's away. He did New York, he's in Toronto, he did Chicago, and like even like knowing what yous did, whenever you and Aoife went in America, I actually said, listen, I was like we went to Menorca very around the same time where yous were in America, and like yous obviously came back, and it was, you know, it was good crack. Like yous were obviously saying, oh, we went here and we saw this and we saw that, and we were just like, we just kind of lay about, and that's nice, and people like that. But the older I'm getting now, it's like, so if we were to go somewhere, like, I'm not saying, like whenever we went to Menorca, it was nice to get out for like a day and we did like a boat trip and done like a gin tour and all that there. You can come back, and whenever people are like, how's your trip, you can be like, oh, I experienced this. You feel more fulfilled.
But I'd be like, I would have been like that too. I still am. Like, like if we go to the likes of Spain or something, like I want to be lying by the pool and shit, like doing fuck all, because you need there's some holidays you just need to reset and relax, like, and do fuck all, like. Whereas America for us was like trying to see a lot of things, because we obviously hadn't done it before, like.
So it was, I think, like on the stag, 100% want to go out and flip and go on it, like, and but then at the same time be nice to lie about the pool. That's assuming that we're going to somewhere warm,
if there is a pool,
and there is a pool.
Lie about the ice rink. Fucking,
oh no.
Lie about the desert.
Oh no. Maybe every week we do a solo podcast, you should just like give me a clue and like see how long it's going to take me. I guarantee it probably won't take me very long.
I don't think it'll take you long, like.
We're flying out of Dublin.
I guess how long. We'll guess how long.
Well,
it'll take him to guess.
I think if he was sat and let him guess, he'd probably get it in like
no,
10
like,
minutes,
well, like how many weeks of the podcast? I say like 10.
If you get one guess every one,
10 weeks or so.
But you have to give me clues.
But then like giving clues is so like, I feel like it would be so easy. I don't even know what clue we could give.
How many weeks is it to it?
What's in June?
It's about, it's like 11 or 12 weeks now.
Time
you get it close
is
before.
Flying. Time is flying. I'd
say about 10.
But then we could go out with
weeks.
him, and he could like interrogate us on the night out, and then he's like,
to be fair, I'm not going to do that. The reason why I'm not going to do that is because I know you should put effort into it. So I'm not going to spoil it. Like, I'm not going to take that away from you, because to be fair,
thank you.
You know, I feel like there's an element in this.
I'm gonna cry.
No, I do.
You'll be coming up to the end of it too, and you'll be excited to tell us.
This is maybe getting too therapeutic for the podcast, but I do think there is an element in this friend group where you think I am quite like the puppeteer, the controller, and to a degree, yes, I am, but at the same time, I do trust you.
Are you freaking out a bit?
No, I'm genuinely, I'm not. Genuinely, I'm not. No, I'm not. The only thing,
what would be the most disappointing? This is a good one. Like, what would be the most disappointing place we could take you? Like, if we were like
Bundoran. But like, no, the only thing that I would say that I'm more or less like, the only thing I've said to Lucinda behind closed doors is, God, I really hope they're not dickheadish enough to turn around and say, oh, we're going to somewhere warm, and we end up going somewhere. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the one thing that, like, I love the fact that I don't know where it is. I love that. But at the same time, you know,
I love that so much. I swear to God.
You know how I love to be prepared.
Yeah.
So
I actually think it would ruin the trip for us if we don't know for you.
I actually,
I
actually think it would.
It'd be sabotage.
Yeah.
Be like, Ross,
like
getting the drinks in the airport, and Ross is like, I don't even want a drink.
Yeah.
Give me a give me a water.
Give me a water and a taxi home. But I'm looking forward to it. Well done.
Going back to the night out thing, what is your ideal night out now?
Shay.
Like you're saying about the loud music and all.
Something simple.
Just a wee blanket.
Just the simple things.
The dog on my lap.
The night out isn't based on where you are. It's the crack you have on the night. Like
Wow.
yeah.
It does have an effect, as I say, with loud music and stuff, but I think if you can go out and have a good bit of crack, who
Like,
you're with that.
Put it this way. Manchester
Yeah.
1.0 went to a bar, mad music blaring. We were like, no, let's go.
Yeah.
We hopped from bar to bar that night. Could
Yeah.
not find anywhere. Went home relatively early. Then on the flip side, you've Manchester 2.0. The last time we went back,
Yeah.
found a pub, barely anybody in it.
Yeah.
But they
you
threw
really
it.
enjoyed, like.
A dartboard and a couple of darts. We were there to the closing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
It was gas
Simple
crack.
things.
Yeah.
It's simple things like that, like a pool table.
Exactly.
And not a busy one either.
Yeah.
You know, where you're queuing for the pool
Oh,
table, or
yeah.
by you sitting staring at you and like, are you near done there? Like?
We
Yeah.
went to Lavery's like for work ones. Like the first time we went, all the pool tables were booked up on the Friday night, and then we booked the pool table the next time they went. Like, but it's like you go in and it's just fucking.
But that's why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Booking pool tables, like.
Dunno.
I get, yeah, there's a lot of pool tables in the place, but like,
yeah.
it should just be waiting.
Suppose it's just guarantees and.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, did we tell you about the last time I was out of my work ones? I was out of my work ones a couple of weeks ago. Went to Lavery's. Met him. Met him the next day for golf.
Yeah.
2 days later, me and him met up for a round of golf.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what were you out this weekend? He's like, oh, I was out on Friday night. I was like, oh, same. Where were you at?
Don't tell me.
Lavery's.
Oh,
I goes,
fuck off.
Never
seen each other.
I goes, I was in Lavery's too. What time are you in at? I was in there from like 8 to 12. I was like, so was I. Whereabouts are you at? Around the pool tables. So was I.
It's hard to be in Lavery's and not
Flipping
around the
yeah.
pool table. So like
and then it goes, oh, what bit were you at? And he goes, oh, you know the wee like L-shaped bit near the smoking area. So was I. I never seen him once.
Oh, surely he is.
Lad, never.
honestly, like,
Different week or
Honestly,
something.
do you think I could have walked past him and not been? Oh, there's
Maybe you did on purpose.
there's the best man at my wedding.
Just
like no lads, the
he's,
big
he's,
cunt.
he's real clicky with work ones.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually walked past. He's like, "Oh, not that by your friend." No, I don't know.
bro.
Nah,
It must be someone else.
probably some Tommy.
Probably a fan or
Yeah,
something.
probably
like.
some fan who's like, oh, I want to look like Tommy McKeown from the Heroes Cry podcast.
That's mad. Like, I can't believe that.
I don't think it's mad. It's unusual. Do you know what I mean?
Unusual.
You don't experience that type of stuff. It was just like the connection.
It was just weird because
Well, clearly not the connection because
No
we were in the
connection,
same
yeah.
room and
So close, but so far away.
I know.
wasn't meant to be
Mentally,
that night,
physically,
who knows
emotionally,
how it
spiritually.
ended? What's the best night out we've had? Like,
Oh fuck.
that's a good question.
We've had some good ones, and what do you call that place? Whenever you live out front of Queens,
Oh yeah.
like just stupid nights out.
Yeah.
Like. We've done
We
stupid
did.
shit. Like,
Remember just over lockdown we interviewed 2 Degrees, shake out the 2 bottles of wine in and then went out that
During
night. That was
podcast.
some crack.
It's when you're not
Oh, is it?
trying to like
Exactly,
get
yeah.
drunk, like
That
or be like,
yeah.
We ended
it's
up
the
in
unexpected things.
Duncan's that night.
That's
was
right.
that the same night?
Yeah.
Was
you
it?
you
I
went
don't
home.
think it was
You
the
went
same.
home. Yeah, it was. You went
it?
home early, and you didn't go home early. You went home at like 1. You were well on.
Oh, you fucking disappeared.
You
That's right.
disappeared from Duncan's, never said anyone, and then I rung Bruno. I was like, Bruno, we've lost Tommy. She was like, it's grand. He phoned me. He's at home. I was like, how do you know that though?
This
And
is
I-
like at the beginning of whenever Tommy started this disappearing.
Yes. You've went through some amount of phases.
At this
right?
stage, we're just like, oh, he's got bed or something. Like, you don't
Just
even
actually-
ask about it. Like, it's like,
Exactly.
It's got
Tommy's
so bad.
bedtime,
It's
like.
got so bad that like 2 of the ones from work came back to mine after filthies and like we were just chilling. I don't even think they were here that long, and I had to ask one of the girls. I was like, did I let you out or did I just like go to bed and leave you in my kitchen? Like, and she's like, no, like you walked us out. Like, I couldn't remember. She was like, no, you walked us out and let us out. Like, I was
fair
like,
play.
Thank fuck. Like,
You're the boy. Hey.
Imagine you just having him out of
Imagine.
bed. Like,
yeah,
Imagine you woke up the next morning, rolled over, and Bruno was like, oh, that's great. And you're like, oh man, night out last night. I'll make you breakfast. She's like, I know what. And then she walked out with two flipping women and
2 people sitting in the kitchen.
hi.
fuck me, you know.
We came back with Tommy last night. There'd be so many questions. So many questions. Take me back to lockdown.
We weren't even together.
Take me back to that night Shay phoned me You logged off. You logged off at like 2.
I was
Shay
already-
coked nearly a
I
full
can't
bottle of
wait.
Black Bush in him.
Yeah, that's dangerous stuff.
Ross, can you stay awake with me? I'm being sick. I was like, what, lad? Are you alright? He goes,
He rubbed my back.
Comfort me.
Tell
Tell me everything's gonna be okay.
that's it. There's been some rash ones. Though. There has been some rash ones.
But
But
them nights are boss. I just didn't want to go to sleep, like, because you knew you had nothing on the next day.
Yeah.
It was like, how long can I go
Go
on?
to bed to go back on Warzone.
Pretty much. Like,
End
it's
of
not
the
even
day,
showering or nothing. Just
now we're up early for work.
back to the
That's it.
back to the rat race.
We have spent 25 minutes recording this podcast and just sound like a bunch of old men. Though. But here, it's all good.
Speaking of getting up early,
What?
what do you think of this whole like? I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning
3.
because that's when everyone else is sleeping. I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I go to bed at 3 and I wake up at 3 o'clock. What's
I'm
said
working.
earlier?
I seen it.
Well,
Someone commented and it was like,
Ross was saying like,
Oh, is he
it's
said that?
getting that bad now. It's gonna be like I woke up yesterday.
Yeah. I seen a comment on a video that someone put up recently and it was like, I'm up. To be fair, get up at whatever time you want. But like at the same time, it is getting a bit ridiculous now. I do feel like we're promoting this sort of you're not successful if you're not like and I did read a comment actually under a post some American guy was like, oh yeah, I got up at like 5 a.m. or something, and it's like, yeah, but it's not about like how early you get up, it's like what you do with your day between that time. And I think that's the thing, like there's been so much chat recently, like we'll probably get into it in a while, but this whole like TikTok deposition as well, where like kids are consuming this media and it's almost like they're getting brainwashed. And I feel like now people are like, he's not successful because he's not getting up before 6 a.m.
But it's like this whole like Andrew Tate spawn of fucking men who are like, I get up at 5 a.m, 3 a.m, go to the gym when everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah.
Because like I'm getting the advantage on everyone else, and I'm like,
but I do sort of get
I know, but the way I see it is like
getting up at a time where no one else is watching, you know,
but like the thing
mentally as a mental thing, like.
But my
for
point
people.
is like these guys are probably getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning and going to bed at what 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So like, how's it any different?
It defeats the purpose.
How's it
I
any
guess
different?
that's it.
Someone who's working like a 9 to 5 and going
Yeah.
to the gym at like 9
Do you
o'clock.
th-
He's
do you think-
working while they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think people are just gonna keep out doing each other so much? It's gonna become like full circle. And it's like I wake up at 1 o'clock in the day. Like it's
But
gonna get so far
it's
back.
like how like 3 o'clock to me is fucking ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
like what are you doing?
But there's a point it becomes like people aren't even going to sleep when you're waking up. Like,
It's like who can get up
So
at
it's
the
like-
earliest? It's going to get to the stage where like I get up at like 12 o'clock at night and
Yeah.
work and go to the gym for 6 hours. Like.
exactly. Yeah.
I was actually listening.
sleep all day and just fucking function
Yeah.
in the
What
middle of the
the
night.
fuck?
Like
I was listening to a podcast there a couple of weeks ago. No, not a couple of weeks ago. A couple of days ago.
I go to bed before everyone wakes up.
And no, it was your guy, the sleep expert.
Yeah.
And he basically said, talking about sleep, and he said it's like this big epidemic where it's like it's actually really, really strenuous on your health, and the less sleep you get, the more time you're taking off your life. So he's saying like the studies are showing that if you're reducing the amount of sleep, like REM sleep, like proper sleep that you're getting, you're actually taking time off your life.
You're deteriorating your own health.
Yeah. So like by that
Yeah.
measure, I'll probably be here. I'll probably keel out at 40. But like at the same time, that's mad. But you have to think about it as well. It's like
I binge sleep.
I get it though. I do get it because we don't work for ourselves. We work for other people. We work for companies. And I suppose from people who are, sort of promoting that life, they're working for themselves. They're bettering themselves, where it's like the only reason I would get up early in the morning, and I did used to do it, like I was like up at like 5:30, and it does feel good that you're like, I've smashed out a gym session and I'm starting work.
Yeah.
But like you'd be wrecked in the
I
evenings.
agree with like I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's like it's if you're getting up early and going to the gym, you're obviously feeling good because you've got something that you've achieved something first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
But it's like getting up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and you're like going to the gym, getting a gym session done, and then I'm working, and it's just like if you were like, oh, it just doesn't
It's the
matter.
cycle of it too. It's like what like you say sleep 8 hours in the night out of 24. That's 16 left in the day.
Yeah.
So if you're getting up at 3 o'clock, what time is that? Like fucking. You're going to bed again at like 6, 7.
Yeah.
Like, say you have kids, like they're getting out of school. I fucking maybe only getting out of school like 3, 4 o'clock.
To be fair,
you're gonna spend like 1 hour with them and be like, here, I'm going to bed here.
To be fair, I did have this discussion with a guy who works with me, and he gets up at like 5.
Yeah.
And then he's in the gym for he goes to his gym at 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
He gyms from 5:30, and I may have got this completely wrong. He gyms from like 5:30 to roughly about 6:45. Then at 6:45, he belongs to one of these like gym/health club places.
Yeah.
So he'll go from like 6:45 to 7:30. He'll go and like spend 45 minutes in like a sauna, steam room, jacuzzi, all that there, like relaxing a bit. Then he gets showered and stuff. He goes back home for like 8.
Right.
Gets the kids and all out to school, and he's in work for 9. Now that sounds pretty good to me, to be honest. That sounds like a good balance.
Yeah.
But then he's on the flip side. I'm like, flip me, man. Like, what time are you in bed? He's like, I'm in bed at 9. And to me, that's so foreign, because I'm like, what? You not be up like replaying your life and thinking about all your mistakes that you've ever made? And he's like, no, like the kids are the kids are in bed at like, he's like, the kids are in bed at they're young kids, they're in bed at 8:30. He's like, me and the wife just go to bed.
But then that's the thing as well, like he's probably like doing that so he can spend time with his kids after work, because like if he goes, like say he comes back from work 5 o'clock, gets dinner, goes to the gym, they're in bed when he comes home, like, do you know what I mean? Whereas like he's actually doing it to spend time with his family. Like. Yeah, I suppose moving on from that, like the 9 to 5 thing, like the whole like, oh, like if you're working a 9 to 5, you're just like you're just a rat, and you're just in the you're just in the matrix. Like you need to break out of the matrix. It's like, like what is wrong with a 9 to 5? And it's like so many people are growing up now seeing this shit on TikTok, and it's like what? Like not everyone can be a fucking entrepreneur. Like,
no.
Do you know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
I just think,
like, what do you think about it? Because like you like personally are proper. You like your job, like.
Yeah, I love my job.
Like you enjoy the 9 to 5.
Yeah, but
like,
what
do you think about it?
So the thing is, I whenever people we actually had this conversation in work today. People are like, oh, 9 to 5, all this here stuff, and like I am very very blessed with what I have, because I know I can. If I had kids, I could go drop them off in the morning, and I could go into work at 9:30, and no one would bat an eyelid, and I could leave at 4:30. The main thing that people are sort of more focused on in the place where I work is like, are you getting your work done? Are you contributing? And is the business moving well? And as long as them things and you're pulling your weight, and like you're gonna know in that environment that you're not. So like I feel less pressured now. Does there be days where like I'll wake up if I'm working from home, and like I'm obviously living like sort of I'm in my own house and stuff now, so like there'll be days where I'd be getting up at 7 and I'll have the laptop on at 7:30, and I'll maybe work till like later on in the evening, but like then that'll impact the work I do the next day, where I'll maybe free up a bit of time to go and do something like that I actually want to do. So I have a good like work-life balance. I think like it depends what your view on it is. I just think like for now at the minute, life, we've talked about this, life can throw so much crap at you, and it can stress you out. And like I just think people are growing up now looking at these people, and I get it, like there are people out there who are promoting like really good things and promoting people to be themselves, and I definitely don't bash anybody who's trying to like get the best out of people, but at the same time I do sort of put it back on people and go, is this a good thing to promote? Because it puts a lot of like kids, especially like young people who haven't made up their minds and stuff yet, they put them under a lot of pressure.
I think it puts like a negative sort of look on working a 9 to 5. Like.
Yeah.
Like the way these people go on, it's like, oh, if you work a 9 to 5, you're just in the matrix, and you're just, you know, a fucking like.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
That's one thing I've actually noticed recently. There's a lot of this like trying to turn people on their bosses now. Like it's almost like, oh fuck them, they're earning the big wage whenever you're just working for them, and like getting like a set like only like say a fraction of what they're actually earning. But like it's so annoying, because a lot of people don't realize why. Yeah. Like they're always like, oh, I'm working as hard as them. It was like that Ben Shapiro interview he done about the pencil factory. Yeah. He was like, should the worker be getting paid? But he was like, no, it's the owner who's taking the risk, buying the materials, employing you and all that shit. But I think a lot of people have become very privileged in their work. Yeah. And think they deserve a lot more than they actually do.
They're taking on no risk. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even when we had your boy Paul on, like he was saying, like there'll be weeks where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I need to make 2 sales this week to pay everyone's wages. Like.
Yeah, like
And
you don't
you're
worry
like-
about that whenever you go into your 9 to 5. Like, see, that's the thing. Why, like, they're not saying about that there. Whenever these people are going like, oh, you're working a 9 to 5, you need to be doing a business. Like, they're not telling you what goes into actually running the business and stuff. Like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with like having like a side hustle or like doing something that makes you like a couple of $100 a month or whatever, but like it's just getting to the stage now where it's like you need to be coming home and fucking grinding to get out of this matrix shit. And
I think for us, we're at that perfect age now where there was a stage where I would say we put ourselves under a lot of pressure. And like me and you talked a lot about in uni, coming out of uni, especially like running our own business. And now that we've actually went through a couple of years and experienced stuff, we know that there's a lot of pressure out there that is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And like take time and work out what it is you actually want. And I feel like for now, like especially for like people coming out of uni and stuff, and even people going into uni, like there's a fine line now with employers where like see the value in, yes, you may not be getting paid a fat stack, but see the opportunity that's coming your way to like personally develop in terms of like, could you work for a year and yes, get enough to get you by, but is that experience gonna unlock you to do better things? That's what I kind of look at it as. And I think there equally is a fine line where don't have know when you're getting the piss taken out of you, because a lot of people dangle this sort of like, oh, we're going to give you so much experience, we're going to pay you nothing for it. And then whenever someone who maybe is fresh out of uni is actually class at what they do, really switched on, they don't give them the opportunity. They give them like crappy opportunity and like, oh, we're going to help you personally develop, and it's just a ploy to keep them on.
Yeah, I do think it's a mixed bag. Like you can get in the bad places, but at the same time, it's like you said, it's like the pressure of running your own business. So it's like you don't realize the risk that your employer's taking on.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I just hate this shit now. Of like as if the 9 to 5 is such a bad thing. Like you shouldn't be doing it. It's almost like if you're working a 9 to 5, you're just a loser. Like, you're like, what are you doing with your life? You're just like, well.
But
how many people, like, just because someone's on fucking TikTok driving a Lamborghini and they're like, yeah, do you know what? Like that, like it's sort of like after watching that Ethan Klein like interview, like he basically interviewed like this guy on TikTok who was like, he's one of the guys. He was like, came out and said stuff like, oh, if you're in your 20s and you're not dreaming of driving a Lamborghini, or if you're not working towards buying a Lamborghini, what are you even doing?
I think you have to sort of look past you have to look past the Lamborghini thing. I think he's very specific in saying, oh, you need to have a Lamborghini. I think you need to have goals. It's important to have goals and set yourself a target to reach at that age, because otherwise you'd probably just be led astray then.
And it's also personal preference, where like someone could turn around and be like, I don't want a Lamborghini, but I want to work hard to be able to afford to have a membership at a really swanky golf club, or a really
or not even afford, honestly, just have free time.
But it's like
if someone landed a Lamborghini in my backyard, if someone landed a Lamborghini in my front yard and went this, or like a year's like you could pay a year's membership for the rest of your life for flipping Galgorm or whatever.
I had Galgorm in my head. For
you know what I mean? I'd be like, I'd take the Galgorm. Because like a Lamborghini, fair. Like, and I get it. People are like, oh, I'd love to have one, and I get it. But at the same time, in my head, I'd be like, don't want to park that in Tesco car park and get a thing.
Very fucking park your car.
You have to pay to fuel it.
I just sell it, like. I would just sell it. But it's like, it's more like the young ones growing up on TikTok seeing this, and they're like, oh, like if I don't have a Lamborghini by the time I'm 30, I'm a loser. And it's just like,
but I think that's the quick manipulative way to get into children's heads. Like the Lamborghini's the prize, like,
and then they're selling their fucking courses online.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whereas like now we're in a position where we realize there's so much more things. Like, just owning a Lamborghini doesn't mean you're fucking the shit. Like, you have so much to do that comes with it.
It's different strokes for different folks, I suppose. And another thing as well is like, you know, owning materialist.
This sounds like, oh my word, we're getting really in depth here, as if we're so well educated in this stuff, but like, this is just, I think we're just saying how we feel.
We're sharing our maturity and experiences.
Personally, for me, a Lamborghini or having like the nice car is like, you're constantly chasing the next thing for like gratification, and I don't think you're ever going to get it. You're never going to get it.
Yeah.
A Lamborghini ain't going to solve all your problems.
And you'd fall even fucking harder if you don't. Like.
Yeah.
And you spend.
You could
so
have a
much time
Lamborghini,
on
but
it.
you might not have a fly honey in the passenger seat.
But you see, like you've seen like Stephen Bartlett and all talk about it, where he's like I sold my business and like went and bought this big mansion, and he's like, it was the most
Yeah.
the best I've been, and you're
Yeah.
like it's just it does my head. It's
Yeah.
just all this shit.
Stop,
Like, it's all
stop
the,
and
like,
smell the roses.
hustling
Yeah.
and shit, and like I don't work for 9 to 5. Like I'm living my best life. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's just like,
Do you know a simple
shut the
way
fuck up,
that
like.
I would put this? Like, do you ever, like when you probably don't know, but like whenever you're playing Rust, you can play like servers, right? But you can play like a modded server, right?
Yeah.
And like you can just have everything handed to you. But it's not as enjoyable as whenever you actually work for it. Like
Nice.
you enjoy the process, like
Nice.
of becoming, like building up your base and all that shit. Like,
Lad, I'm not gonna lie, that analogy, you went from like, I was like,
You're
God,
like,
where's
well,
he
fuck,
going
where's
with
he
this?
going
But
with
then
this,
you brought it back, and I'm actually blown away.
but like if you went into
E-tier.
COD, if you went into COD and you were fucking
Yeah.
using hacks and shit, like
Yeah.
killing everyone,
Yeah.
like winning every single game, there's no
Aimbot.
fun in that. Like
Aimbot, like,
you enjoy playing the game for the
you're
game.
just a noob.
You can't cheat life.
But
Can't.
I did. We obviously watched that Ethan Klein thing. I thought your man was flipping ridiculous, man.
But like there's so many spawns like off the Andrew Tate spawn of it's like
I love
I
how
don't want
you
my
phrase
wife-
that. By the way, spawns.
I
love that.
don't want my wife dressing like a hoe or going to the club. And like Ethan Klein absolutely rinsed your bike because he was like, it's just an insecurity thing. And your bike's
Yeah.
like, but it's not. It's not. And he's like, so you only want your wife or your girlfriend or whatever to look good for you. But when she goes like,
But he was an insecure person because he's insecure. His insecurity comes from what other people think, because he doesn't want his wife or his girlfriend posting like exposing photos of herself because he's insecure about what other people are thinking about her. But then he's also too insecure to accept the fact that he doesn't want other people thinking that he doesn't like what other people think. Like it's
Yeah.
But I think that kind of guy is the
Idiot.
perfect guest for Ethan to have, because Ethan portrays this like image of himself that he so doesn't give a shit. Like,
yeah.
so he can't like he has no like comeback in what he says like
Yeah.
towards Ethan. Like. But I think your buddy did have points, but he just wasn't like the way they were coming out weren't
Yeah.
coming across well. Like.
he's really
Yeah.
good at, he was really good at like trapping him. Like,
Yeah,
like even that
yeah.
Andrew Tate thing, he was like,
And pulling
what
up
do
the
you think
videos
Andrew
and shit.
Tate?
Like.
And he's like, oh, like I agree with some things he says, I don't agree with other things. And he's like, but you posted this on Twitter basically saying he's like a father figure.
Mhm.
And then he pulled up this fucking dark video of like
Yeah.
Andrew Tate basically saying how he was like hustling these girls out of money by telling them they're paying him for tax
Yeah.
and shit. And you're like, fuck. Like, and he's like, what do you think of him now?
he was stomped like,
Yeah.
to be
But
fair to him. Like.
It kind of, I don't know. I think over
like,
here in Ireland, we call out that we're almost too much, because we call out people on that sort of side of things, where I think in America that's more of an accepting that's a cool thing, whereas over here you just be called an idiot
For what?
for being like, oh, I don't, being that type of like lad, like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hyper successful. Like, we don't celebrate success over here enough, but at the same time, that just wouldn't float. It wouldn't float.
But
man.
I do
It's an
think there's
extreme
guys
thing.
over here now like coming out and they're doing like motivational speaking and like they're doing all this shit and they're like telling people about not to do the 9 to 5 and like waking up early in the morning and all, and it's just like what have you actually achieved? Like?
But it takes
Yeah.
away
Like-
from the actual proper legitimate like motivational speakers and such.
Like the most successful people, you don't fucking know who they are. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
like
Yeah.
even
They're
like
not
we were
flashing
talking
your
like
face, like.
the flipping Belfast podcast. She was like when talking about investors and property, and she was like it's the people you wouldn't even think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even like your guy with coming on like one of our next podcasts, the financial expert, he was like saying like it's the people you wouldn't think are coming to you, and they're like,
Yeah.
I have like £1 million portfolio here, I need to like £1 million
Yeah.
something like this, man.
Mm.
Again, different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. But no, agreed. Take what you hear with a pinch of salt. But here, it looks like, judging by the news this week, we will not be seeing any of these spawns anymore on TikTok. We'll not be seeing. We might disappear ourselves from TikTok. TikTok being banned.
I couldn't see it.
It's just in the US though, isn't it?
I think
Is it
there's-
specifically Texas?
I think that no.
I know
No,
there's-
it's US.
But their
Period.
laws, like their states' laws, differ.
Oh,
So they
didn't know that.
I know Texas laws, like like you're able to smoke
Yeah.
weed in some
Yeah.
some places and some you aren't now. So I think it might just be in Texas. I'm actually not
Yeah.
too sure now.
What do you think?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I feel like my first impression was, I feel like, was it the panel? Like, what would you call them? Like the...
Yes, what was just say the panel.
The Congress.
The Congress.
Yeah.
They just seemed so like uneducated. Like they were just reading off paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they were like what they were told what to say.
Yeah.
They didn't actually have passion for what they were saying. Like
some of the stuff,
apart from that girl at the end. Like.
Some of the stuff I think came from like a place of being uneducated and just wanting to, like, there's obviously Americans out there who are so scared of like China and whatnot, and then China.
Would you say there was like a bit of a racial tension?
Yeah, man.
I think even the fact that your guy was like assumed he was Chinese and he was like, I'm actually Singaporean.
What a fuck up.
I'm from Singapore, and you're sitting there like, like it takes so much credibility away from what you've just said. Like
all this research they're doing, and they didn't even research where the fuck he was from. Like,
and as well as that, like I actually watched a video where this like body language expert broke down the two sides and was like, from this he looks he's come off here far better in these 5 hours than they have, because like you seen that woman, the blonde woman, she was like yes or no, and it's like, lad, let him speak.
And she was just shoving words down his throat, like, and she was like, yes.
I feel like it was just like, if you don't answer my question with a yes or no, like your point is invalid. But essentially, for those listening and stuff who don't understand what we're talking about, TikTok basically got the TikTok. It's the CEO. Yeah,
the CEO got deposed.
So they want to ban TikTok in America, and this is what the whole thing was about. So they asked the CEO on. The issues are, TikTok is owned by...
They asked the CEO on as if it was a podcast. So I don't get much of a choice.
Do you want to collab?
Does it suit you to record next Tuesday?
But they had him in Congress basically chatting about stuff. TikTok's owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. Yeah. And there's obviously a pile of stuff, because obviously within China there's like CCP and whatnot, and they own the companies and they have interest and whatnot. But TikTok basically came. It's all about essentially Americans, and they're scared of their data and whatnot.
I love that point about, are you connected, or what was it, we look into people's public data, that's a bit invasive, and then he's like, it's public. Like that was fucking brilliant. Like,
but I can't imagine like what this may sound like a really stupid thing to say, but like, you know, if someone's sitting over in the Chinese government like plotting to, you know, attack America, what, you know, watching Charlie D'Amelio do the renegade, like what are they gonna...
I think it's just the information you give people, like, but it's mental when you actually go into it, like what you're giving them access to. But it was the same with Facebook and all. Like it's so like, like you've seen the films like where like whistleblowers have came out where like America were listening to people's phones and fucking webcams and shit, trying to find terrorists and
I think
stuff.
it's the sort of thing where, we've done it before, so you could be doing it. Like,
like that's probably what it is. Like, to know what they're capable of doing because they've done it themselves. Like, but it's even like the Facebook stuff, like fucking rigging like the government election shit and all, like targeting like people and all.
I think
it's mental. Like,
I see it from both sides, because I think the likes of the arguments that were made towards the guy were really... Some of them were just really weren't backed up by much evidence, fact, or they were just accusations which they expect him to just have a complete and utter answer for. But at the same time, like, I do find it, you know, if they're like, you know, we want to promote safety and whatnot, and like he did obviously say that they're working on improving it, but then when you look at things like, you know, videos that appeared which maybe are live on the platform for like over a month, and they're clearly violation, like it's like, how big of a cast do you have on this to remove that sort of content?
Like the like me as fuck thing, where it was like shooting off Congress. But I don't. It's like if you're gonna do that, you need to do that across all social platforms. Like some of the shit you see on everything, like even like Twitter, like Twitter can get pretty dark, like, and you're like, well, that's American. What he's doing about that. Like. It's, to me, it's a spaz because it's Chinese. And even like he was like saying, like all the US data is stored on US soil from US companies, like
managed by US people.
The Chinese can't access it, like, and they're like, but like
people
who work in China have to cooperate with the government and all. But even like the question, like what was the question about the Wi-Fi? Like, do you have to connect to a Wi-Fi network and a home Wi-Fi network on your app? And he was like, well, to get access to the internet,
Yeah, I just TikTok use your home Wi-Fi information.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Obviously. Fucking.
and like then he's like, oh, does it connect to other devices in the home? And it's like, well, it's not doing anything other than anything differently than other apps.
Yeah.
Like these people clearly didn't know how the internet works. They were just told what to say.
Like even Alexa, like,
Yeah.
are you getting Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos in? Like,
My days. Wait till I tell you this. Not mad. Weird.
hope this
right?
isn't so anticlimactic.
I don't feel like it is, right? Did I tell you about the plumber that I had around? Right.
Sound-
Talk about
Wow.
espionage or like listening, right? So I had a leak in the upstairs radiator.
Right.
It's about 2 months ago. This was January, right?
Yeah.
So what, 3-4 months ago now? Had a leak in the upstairs radiator. Hello, Mr. Plumber. I've tried to fix this myself. I can't need a plumber. No sweat. We'll send our top guy around, right? Bearing in mind this was like freezing. So like upstairs radiator leaking. Wasn't like a pissy leak, more like a drippy leak. You get me?
Right.
We're on the same wave. Like
One of them.
so not gonna name the company, but knock on the door. Right? Good thing it was he was on time, which was good. This young fella with literally nothing but a wrench. I was like, right, this will go well. So thought, given the benefit of the doubt, I thought everybody needs to start somewhere. So up my stairs he went. I said, here you go, mate. There's the radiator. So he starts chipping away at the radiator. I was like, right, I'm way downstairs. Need to start work. So sitting downstairs. The next minute, hear all this water hitting the floor. I thought, flip me, has he pissed himself? So I went upstairs.
His water's broke.
So the next minute, I heard this like, you know when you kind of know when you're in the house roughly where someone's at. So I heard him running up the hall into the bathroom. Heard the bathroom light go on because it's automatic. And then come back again. I thought, I'll leave it. So come back up 5 minutes later, towel soaking, floor soaking. I was like, lad, what happened? He was like, oh, fixed it.
Did you just lift your towels?
Just ran into the bathroom and lifted my towels. I was like, sweet.
They
no
could
bother.
be near good towels.
They were the good towels.
Oh,
fuck.
Luckily enough,
Let's
I had
send
them
it all
be in
on
the
me.
washing machine and the tumble dryer, back on the dryer as if nothing ever happened.
He's
She
a
was
lucky
like,
boy.
she was like, God, they're soft towels. I was like, I know. Little did she know what they'd been through 8 hours before that. Anyway, we digress. So that was all right. He was like, it's fixed. I said, no sweat. So about half an hour later, he left, was walking through the thing, flipping water pissing down my wall. I was like, what the heck? Ran upstairs. No water coming out of the radiator. I thought, right, it must have been when the water hit the floor. So turned the radiator back on, flipping water pissing like squirting out of the radiator. I was not happy, boy. So ran the plumbing company back again. I was like, your boy's been out to fix this, mess this whole thing up. So they're like, right, grand, we'll send him back again. I was like, no, please don't send him. Send someone else that can provide me the thing that I need. Sent another boy. That was grand. Anyway, push come to shove, got the whole thing fixed. I have not heard from this said plumbing company in 3 months, right? 3 months, not an invoice, not a phone call, not anything, right? And the reason why I'm coming on to this off this TikTok thing, I was in my living room the other night talking to my soon-to-be brother-in-law about this whole escapade, right? Much more elaborate story. I was like, do you know what I find funny? I haven't got an invoice from them boys yet. And he was like, God, that is weird. How long's it been? I was like, 3 months. What came in the next morning in the email? The invoice from the plumbing company. The day after I talked about it with him. I hadn't got the invoice in 3 months, right? But the night I was talking about it, the day after, the morning after, at 9:05, the invoice came into my email.
Oh, so you think
So I think the plumbing company's listening through my phone.
they don't even know how to fix the fucking radiator, but they know how to hack into your
But
Alexa?
do you not find that so weird?
That is weird.
I think it's just a coincidence.
I don't think it's no.
Do
I
you
don't.
think TikTok was like,
I think ByteDance.
guys,
Some guy in the Chinese Communist Party is working for the said plumbing
sent
company.
them a
like.
reminder that night. You need to build this client. Like.
You need to send invoice 1309. Like. But do you think you're being listened to?
probably like. It's just like, how much do you care?
How many people do you think have an Alexa in their house or use a mobile phone or something? Like
Yeah.
Probably,
billions. Like
But like what?
Like who the fuck's listening to every single call conversation?
So I don't think we're being listened to in like completeness, but I think the devices that pick up on keywords,
yeah,
such as Alexa awakens when you say Alexa,
or
so
bomb.
I think Yeah.
I've planted a bomb.
Exactly.
The cops are gonna show up at my house.
Yeah. But like at the same time, I think they hear things that you're talking about. Like, you know, if you say PlayStation 5, do you want to actually test it right now?
Wow.
This will be our homework for the next 2 weeks. Just say random product names.
What are you saying? You just
Like
keep saying
PlayStation 5.
Oh, I'd love a PlayStation 5.
Go on to Instagram now and see what comes
I'd
up.
love
I
a
know.
PlayStation 5.
Go and scroll like down, like
Just
a bit,
bang
to
down,
see.
you'll know whenever if it comes up.
Lad, if a PlayStation 5 stuff comes up
Just
here, I am
anything
going to...
about PlayStation.
Well, what have we been talking about in the past while?
Well, what's the first ad? You know, butt plugs for men.
Oh no. So like there's a weird one.
Well,
We were talking about Nike earlier on, like
well,
we were talking about trainers.
right.
Nike's come up as a sponsored ad.
I feel like you're always
That's
searching
not-
trainers and shit.
Yeah,
Though.
no,
not
fair. I
true.
am always searching
That's-
trainers. Fair enough.
I don't think. But see, that's the thing too. Like, I think people might overthink this sort of thing as well. Like they might be thinking it into existence that it's
Yeah.
happening. It's like if they're constantly searching something that they think a lot about, and then they don't think about it for a while, and then an ad comes up, like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
they're listening. Like,
Maybe it is coincidence.
any plumber.
I think the plumbing thing's definitely a coincidence, like. But I do think your phone listens. to you.
Weirdo, innit? Weird. No. You have to vibe with me here. It's weird.
Yeah.
But back to the TikTok thing, like the whole like, and then they were like about, oh, do you scan people's faces? And they were like, he was like, we don't hold that on file, like we don't like download people's like facial recognition type of thing. And then he was like, the only thing we do use people's faces for is like for the filters,
Here's
for
one.
to put the sunglasses on.
Bailey's. We were talking about nights out there.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
It's real. It's fucking real.
but like you could just convince
It's the Matrix. The Matrix are after you.
yourself.
No. I just think that the whole TikTok thing, like, there's probably decent arguments, but they didn't do a good job. they didn't do a good job. Like,
Oreos win an Xbox.
Xbox, PlayStation.
shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Oh my days. Oh my days.
Xbox is like, I'm not having this PlayStation shot. Man.
He heard. He
Not
knows.
having it.
That's funny.
But like
That is
TikTok
funny.
just makes too much money for everyone. So
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
money.
the thing
If you
is,
think of the amount of US companies making money off TikTok ads,
Yeah.
and you're like,
I'm just scrolling through here and I didn't realize how many fucking ads there was. Like until
Yeah.
I
every
actually started
three
looking.
posts there's an ad.
That is mad.
Yeah.
There's one Airbnb.
The next one will be 3 down. There's no one.
Kenko coffee. That's
The next
fucking
one,
nuts.
it's every 3. There'll be another one after that.
No ice cream. That is mad. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was as often as that.
Yeah.
But do you think there's Rockstar again? Drinking, hey. They're listening.
It's mental, like.
That's nuts. I've never actually realized it.
I
was
realized that ages ago.
often. Like. That's
But
fucking mad. I
people
suppose
don't
you
really-
sort of train yourself just to sort of.
But like the ads are
Block them
tailored
out,
for
like.
you, so like you're not meant to notice them.
Yeah.
Do you know, like they're
But
based on like.
You are supposed to subliminally notice them. Like.
Well, yeah, like yeah, but like they're meant to
That's
fit into your feed. Like.
That's mind blowing. I did not realize there was one every 3. Like that's fucking nuts. Like.
It's crazy. Like it's mental.
the point that I will make about TikTok is if TikTok shut down in the morning, everybody will flip to another app. And there'll be the same things that come up, like endangered kids or whatever. It'll all just keep coming back up again. Do you know what I mean?
But I just feel like it'll be on other platforms anyway. Like.
Yeah. Well, it is. You can see there is TikToks on
Like I'm
Instagram.
not saying TikTok's not doing anything bad, but at the same time, I'm like, if you're gonna do this for TikTok, you need to do it for everyone, all the
Yeah.
other platforms.
Yeah.
Like it's just biased, and like the fact that like, unless like the whole Chinese, like, oh well, China can get access to your information. Could the US not do the same with Facebook and Twitter? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could they not ring up or Mark Zuckerberg and be like,
Marky Mark.
give us the information on all these Chinese people?
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Suppose.
I mean?
people
No
with
one's
hair
saying
powder.
anything about that.
You've cracked the code. You have cracked the code. No, I just think it'll come up. Have you watched the documentary on Pornhub on
No.
Netflix?
No. What's
No.
Pornhub?
What's that? I've never heard of it.
Do you want me to Google it? No.
Ads. Fucking Pornhub.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, I'll get the actual thing up because I haven't watched the full one of it.
This is like ages ago when Ross was like, what was that film called on Netflix? So?
Oh,
What was it?
365 days.
He was like, "Oh, I thought that was that film about your boy cutting off his arm." And then he's like, "Yeah, you still watched it though."
No, it didn't.
You did.
It didn't. Pure
I got
fucking-
about 40 minutes in and realised he's not cutting off his arm.
He's got.
He's fucking sticking his arm up something.
But I kept watching just in case he did.
I just wanted to see, because maybe he just decided to go for a stroll through the mountains and fail. And
So the documentary is called Money Shot: The Pornhub Story, and basically it's about people trying to take it down, and then there's other people who obviously use the platform because it's their livelihood. They post content on it, they get money and stuff, like sex workers and whatnot, which is fair.
How's that been going for you?
Not good.
So bum.
But basically, the documentary follows these people, and essentially the bad thing about it is obviously the platform promotes ads. Then in terms of that, because they're getting money from the ads, they get big dough.
No,
do you know what I mean? But then the point that they were trying to make was, whenever Pornhub went from like just posting videos that were obviously came from like companies and stuff, and then they done this sort of creator thing, like kind of like YouTube. You had one side where creators were like verified via card content and all that there, and they were getting paid for the content that they were posting. But then you had the other side, which was you could create a free account. You didn't have to post, like, you didn't have to give any like information, and then obviously people were using it for dodgy reasons, like posting unsolicited tapes, like the whole Kim Kardashian thing and whatnot, and no one could actually work out who these people were that they were posting it. But then the downside of that was, even though, like, say for the likes of someone was exposed on the platform, they made a tape with their partner or whatever. I don't know what people do behind closed doors, none of my business. But then the partner turned around and went, "Oh, I'm going to post this on this platform and get back at her," like revenge porn type thing.
Yeah.
And then that video could have amassed millions of views, and it went forever. They contacted the platform, they didn't take it down, and it was because then when they realized, like, hold on, they're actually making revenue off this, like the likes of the Kim Kardashian thing.
Yeah.
They're making revenue from the ads that are playing on this video.
Yeah.
So then opened the whole can of worms. I haven't finished the documentary yet, so I don't know exactly how it ended up, but like that was the whole thing on that. So obviously from a money making point of view, I think a lot of them companies are, you know,
Well, it sounds like what Pornhub weren't taking like videos down because they were making a good bit of money off of it, and like they couldn't do anything about it.
But is that their fault? Like, that it's not their fault those videos are posted.
Well, I think it's
Like, they didn't know, like, but they should have done better.
But
in
they
terms
probably
of
don't
removing it. Like,
don't have the proper like verification process where they can like find out who put it up and
it's the same.
get it taken down.
It's the same thing with the TikTok thing. Is like he came on and basically said he's got age verification or age gate or whatever it is on it, where basically you have to declare your age. Most sites have that. Like if you went on to Jack Daniel's website, it'll ask you, "Are you 18 years or older?" And you just have to click a button that says yes, I am. No one's going to come to your door and break it down and be like, "Oh, you've broke the law." TikTok's the same. You could you could say you're 18 and you're not 18, but then obviously what he said was, in the public video side of things, they monitor the public videos, and if you appear to be under the age, they'll remove it. But then you've got their counter argument that Congress made was, well, here's a video that's been up for ages of this wee girl. It's been up for 40 days. You haven't took it down. And then the conversation starts to be ban it, or did TikTok just get better at doing their jobs?
It's a difficult one though.
It's a difficult one.
That was the gun, wasn't it? Like shooting.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. It's like you've all these community guidelines, but you're not following them. But then YouTube's turned into like, you open up the YouTube app and the first thing you get is shorts. Like that's where it's going. Like if TikTok got banned in the morning, everybody would just flip to another thing, and the same issues would arise.
What TikTok done?
It's just it's so quick and easy to make these things now that like thousands or millions of people are like posting on it. Like it's gonna become so impossible to track everything. Like it is though.
Here,
that's the world we live in.
Good podcast.
I think the government are afraid. I think they're very afraid.
About what?
I think TikTok's becoming bigger than the government. That's why they're afraid.
The conspiracies in this podcast
I just
is
think
wild.
I think they're afraid because they don't have any control over it, because it's a Chinese-owned company, and like they're not afraid of Facebook and all because they do.
I'm sure you'll all agree the government have influence on people if they see this opposition of someone else who now has
Yeah,
influence on
they
people,
don't like not having control.
yeah, they're gonna be very afraid.
It's like just the influence that they have, like the influence that TikTok have because of the content going so viral and like what they can put out there. Like. The government don't have that. Like.
Yeah,
I just think these platforms come about, and it's not down. I'm not entirely sure if we should be policed as to how they're used. It's down to the person as to how they want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
You could post an ad campaign on TikTok tomorrow telling everybody, like, if we go back to COVID time, to go get their vaccine, and it could be probably one of the most successful ad campaigns because of the right platform aimed at the right people.
yeah.
But then on the flip side, you have people who use it for not so good things, and that's that. That's it. It's life.
yeah.
This has got very deep. This has got very deep. How will we end?
Sure, you think of a happy note?
How will we end? Yes,
Happy thought.
I lost my wing it virginity today.
Yes.
Yes.
He had. What
Dang
do
it.
you think of it?
Lads, I just took a notion today and a message in the group chat. I was like, we're recording tonight, let's go get a wing it. Because I've been here with you so many times and you've got wing its, but I've either had to leave, haven't been hungry, and the day I was just like, do you know what? Today's the day.
I feel like we should have a sponsorship with Wing It by now. We've
Yeah,
talked
you
about
think
them
so?
that much.
Yeah.
That's at least 3 podcasts as we mentioned on.
Come on, like, get us 3 wings for a year.
I loved it.
Golden wing card.
I loved it. Black card.
Do like a
That's
geek,
like a-
geedy and get like a here's the crack wing.
Yeah.
Here's the crack winger.
Here's the cluck
No,
What?
for chicken.
cracked wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Have you tried the Geedy burger?
No.
No.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Melter.
Melter.
Isn't it Melter?
Is it?
I don't know.
All right.
Is it?
Where? Who owns it? Not Geedy.
Who owns the
Picnic.
bar?
Picnic.
But like the
City
one of his
Picnic.
clans.
Yeah.
Like he's done. Like it's got views, so like it's done its job.
Yeah,
But like
fair enough.
Yeah.
it's not like that it actually decided to name a burger after him.
Ah,
Like, it's
right,
like,
that makes
we're
sense.
gonna do this.
But anyway, yes, I did lose my wing it virginity. It was beautiful, and if you want to sponsor us, please do, because
Wing it,
we need
let's
the
go.
money. But some exciting things lined up for listeners and viewers over the next few weeks. In it,
Is there?
In
There's-
it, in
there's-
it, bruv.
in it. There's good stuff lined up.
Good
You wanted
stuff.
me to be positive, and here's me being positive, and now you're like,
I know.
what a weirdo.
Yeah,
What?
lovely.
Tell the people what's in store.
We've got financial expert on Warren Coyle. Is that
Because
right?
yes, we
Pronounce
want
his
to
name right?
educate people
Yeah,
on
educating
finance,
you on finance. We've got a relationship coach episode
which
coming up.
will bang.
Talking all things sex and fucking drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah, that's it.
What other have any other guest podcasts?
No, the Madlog one went out last week. Done
Yeah,
very well.
check it
Really
out.
good story as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for this relationship
So
coach one to drop.
inspirational.
I feel like when we went down the route of like getting people on, this is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted people on who were like experts in their field and can actually like engage with what the audience that's listening to this right now. So I don't think it'll not miss. It'll not miss.
You are a fucking melter.
Fucking hopefully.
But anyway, listen, we'll end the podcast there. It's been an absolute pleasure catching up.
It's been lovely. Hope you
Um,
enjoyed.
Looking forward to the next solo episode where we drop the first hint as to where's Ross's stag. Let's make this a new segment. Where's Ross's stag?
Who said I haven't already dropped it?
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. And on that note,
See
we'll
you in
end it
12
there.
weeks.
Cheerio.
Right.
Bye.